Hey, what's going on, guys? It is TemperAlliance, and today in this video I want to talk about Advanced Warfare. Now, last time I talked about Advanced Warfare was ages and ages and ages ago. And I want to talk about the multiplayer side of things because, as you're seeing right now, this is the story trailer for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and at the end of it, they showed us like a 5-second, little teaser to the multiplayer, and this will all be announced on the 11th of August, which is only a few days from now, which will be announced at Gamescom. You know, last year they showed off Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer, and this year they're going to be showing off Advanced Warfare, and I'm guessing it's going to be the same thing as last year. They're going to have like its own booth, and a lot of people will be lining up to play it, and there'll be like a big live stream to it, which is going to be very, very exciting because, you know, I can't really attend it, and it'll be great to look at the live stream. Yeah, but even though it was like 5 seconds, they actually did show us a lot, and I want to talk about this specific little screenshot right here for you guys because as you can see, you know, like it's only like 5 seconds, but it does show us a lot, and with this particular screenshot, you know, there's a lot of clues about the multiplayer, even though it was only like 5 seconds, and I want to talk about it because it looks very exciting. So the first one I want to talk about is the guy that just jumped up. So obviously in the multiplayer, you're going to have your exoskeleton suit, and you'll be able to jump up higher, which was never ever introduced to Call of Duty before. So this is a completely new thing to Call of Duty, which is going to be very exciting, and it'll make it new. And you know, you get to bop and weave and all that great stuff. So yeah, so you can now jump, and what I'm guessing is they're going to make the map more to that liking. So you know, you'll get to jump up on high buildings. I don't think it's going to be like Titanfall in a way, because they're going to try and make it more Call of Duty feel instead of like, you know, a futuristic type thing. So they're going to make the maps that you're able to jump up on, if that makes any sense, and if you can understand it, which is quite cool. And there's a skeet shooter little medal up on the screen, whatever you like to call it. So I'm guessing it's for shooting someone who is jumping up in the air, which is very good as well. Up on the top left, we have the good old square one that was always introduced to Call of Duty. Last year in Call of Duty Ghost, it was more like a rectangle shape, and you get to see a lot on that mini map. You know, you got to see all the enemies who doesn't have any silencers. Oh, this map, since this is just a good old square, it's very, very zoomed in, so you can't really see much. But I'm guessing that's a little bit better because with Call of Duty Ghost, you know, you could see a lot, which can sometimes go against you, and you could always, like, if you didn't have a silencer on your weapon, and if you shot someone, then pretty much like 5 people, like pretty much the whole team would know where you are. So that'll be kind of a little bit of a bad thing. But what I want to talk about for the mini map is that if you look very closely, you can see like a red triangle when you shoot. So that's what I'm guessing when you shoot, that like appears. But I'm not really 100% sure, but I'm guessing that anyway because it's just like a red triangle shape, or maybe it's just to point out that is you. But I'm not really sure. But if it's the one where you shoot and it shows up, then I'm guessing that can make an advantage, but I can't really point it out. But that looks pretty cool as well. And speaking about the triangle shapes, they're all white, which can sometimes be a bad thing because, as you can see on the mini map, there's a lot of you know, white shapes on the mini map. So sometimes they could blend into it, but the triangle ones are just a little bit whiter, so maybe it could work out. But I'm just looking at the mini map and just looking at all of those white little shapes, maybe that could be a little bit of a bad thing, because who knows, if you pretty much have a bad eye for it, they could sometimes blend into the mini map. But that's pretty much my guess because it does look like it, since the triangles are white and some of the little shapes on the mini map are white, so it can sometimes blend in. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that's something good to point out. And just below the minimap, the kill feed is where it was always been in Call of Duty. It's you know, last year in Call of Duty Ghosts, they moved it on the top right, which could have been a bit better. But in my personal opinion, I prefer where it is now for you know, Advanced Warfare. It just looks a lot better, and we're just so used to it for all these years, and for them to just change it just like that, it got a little bit confusing. you know, for the start. But since the game is out for a year, I suppose you could get used to it. But no, but I personally like where it is, and it's like red for enemies. I'm guessing blue for yourself to point yourself out, because the rest is white. So that's pretty cool as well. Down below that, not really much to talk about. It's just team deathmatch. Just 6-2, so they are winning. So yeah. So now in Advanced Warfare, you know, it's a little bit easier to know who's winning and who's losing, because you know, for years in Call of Duty, they always do it in hundreds, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard to point out who's winning and who's losing, which can sometimes be confusing to some players. But I guess you just had to get used to it. But this time, for this year's Call of Duty game, I think they're making it a lot more easier to actually know who is winning and who is losing, because as you can see, the number 6 is actually like lit up, and on the other side is just, you know, a little bit darker, so you would know which is which, and they're making it a lot easier for people to know, which is also a very, very good thing. Moving on to the other side of the screen, we are looking at the kill streaks or score streaks. I'm not really sure how it's going to work, but I'm guessing it looks more like a score streak from Black Ops 2. But the one thing that I really want to point out is that there's only 2 kill streaks or score streaks on the side of the screen. Normally we were allowed 3, but I'm not really sure if they're, you know, only making it 2 this year, or maybe the person who was playing only wanted to pick 2. But in my personal opinion, I really hope they are bringing back 3, because 3 was a fair enough amount of score streaks, and if they're just bringing it only down to 2, it'll be a little bit disappointing for this year's Call of Duty, because you know, we're just so used to 3, and I really hope they're bringing back 3. But just looking at it now really frightens me a bit, because I really don't want to only use 2 score streaks, because it could really let down the game completely. So hopefully it won't be that, but if it is, then I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. And below that is just the same old, you know, your ammo, so you know how much is left. So it's not really much to talk about that. But on the left of that, which is completely new, never ever seen before, but I just want to talk about that for only like 2 seconds. There's not really much to talk about, because personally I don't know what it is, but it kind of looks like a skeleton suit that you know, your players are wearing, and there's kind of like a little battery sign down below them. So this could point out an ability for your exoskeleton suit, but I'm not really 100% sure, because you know, as I said, it's completely new, never seen it before, so we don't really know how it works. But I guess we will find out on the 11th. But that's what I'm guessing. You know, your exoskeleton suit has 2 different abilities that you can use. I'm guessing to jump higher and maybe climb up walls or something like that, but I'm not really sure. So it could be the possible reason, and the battery sign is maybe the amount of times you could use it for each bar. So if you use it once, 1 bar goes down, and once it's gone, or maybe you can like recharge it or something. I'm not really 100% sure, but it looks like that to me, since there's a battery sign and the little image above it kind of looks like an exoskeleton suit. So that's what I'm pretty much guessing, and that is pretty much all that I can say about it. Like I said, it's only 5 seconds, but you know, we had like 9 minutes to talk about it, which is very good, and I can't wait to see it live streamed. I can't wait to actually wait for this game to come out, you know, knowing what this game would feel like. I honestly can't wait for it. It looks very good. Can't wait for the game to come out, which should be sometime in November. I'm guessing 11th. I can't really remember. But anyway, enough said. Can't wait for this game to come out, and it looks great. And that is pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like, and also leave your comments down below, tell me what you guys think. And also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as always. And yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.